Now, what about the man who is, let's say he is a GM at Walmart and he makes 45,000 a year, but he's a great man. He'll take care of you. Well, as much as he can, as much as his resources allow. Um, he's just a good man, but he's average. The only thing about him is that he's average. Would you be willing to take an average man who treated you like a queen?
Why you gonna ask me down this day, this camera?
Because I need,
No,
because I want the fellas to understand. I want the
no,
fellas to
no,
understand the
no, no,
perspective.
no,
You couldn't do it. Why not?
no.
But he treats you
Because
like a queen.
no, I would never know because I never get a chance to get treated like a queen by him. I wouldn't. It wouldn't go that far. Hold on, there's something.
So do your views change um as time goes on? I heard you mention a couple times that you're long in the tooth. Were you and you said it. You brought it up.
Hmm.
So does your view change on dating as the tooth gets longer?
As I approach 30, yes, because I realized that, like, kind of like we were saying, certain men, they want them younger. Okay, like older men as we get older, you know, they're pretty much, especially these men that we're talking about, they're most likely want the 21-year-old versus the 31-year-old.
Now,
I'm 20. I'm
okay,
29 now. I'm 29 now. We're gonna make sure we don't call me 30 because I ain't
I
30
got
yet. We're
you.
gonna make sure 29.
Now, okay, so what about the man? And I'm gonna ask Brianna the same question in a minute. Now, what about the man who is, let's say he is a GM at Walmart and he makes 45,000 a year, but he's a great man. He'll take care of you. Well, as much as he can, as much as his resources allow. Um, he's just a good man, but he's average. The only thing about him is that he's average. Would you be willing to take an average man who treated you like a queen?
Why you gonna ask me down this day, this camera?
Because I need,
No,
because I want the fellas to understand. I want the
no,
fellas to
no,
understand the
no, no,
perspective.
no,
You couldn't do it. Why not?
no.
But he treats you
Because
like a queen.
no, I would never know because I never get a chance to get treated like a queen by him. I wouldn't. It wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't know. That's a conversation you have. Hey, what you do? Oh, blah, 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 this and this. That. Oh, okay, cool. You work at, where you working? I work at Walmart, blah, 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 this. Oh, okay, cool.
Okay. All right. Hey, I'm not mad at that. Brianna, I'm gonna ask you the same question as a 22-year-old woman. Could you date a man who treated you well,
Thank you, Didi.
gave you everything that you wanted, but he just happened to be an average guy who made an average salary at Walmart, like a GM or something like that? And average to my average fellas, I don't want you to think I'm crapping on you, because if you choose to be average, it's nothing wrong with that. But from your standpoint, I don't want to be average, but it's nothing wrong. We not crapping on you for that. But yeah, Brianna, could you do it?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, that sounds better. So my question to you is real quick: is he staying average? Like, is his plans to stay a GM, or is
He's
he the
he's
GM?
perfectly fine with where he's at in life. He's the GM at Walmart, and he's perfectly fine with where he is at life. Are you okay? He has a 401k set up. He wants to retire. I said Walmart. Yeah, Didi asked me. I say Walmart. I said Walmart. I really meant Sam's Club because when I used to push carts at Sam's Club, them GMs was getting like $40,000 a year. And to a 19-year-old, that was a lot of money. So, but yeah. So yeah, he's perfectly fine. He got his retirement through Sam's Club, Walmart set up. But that's what he does. This is what he does. But he's a great man. He'll treat you right. He don't cheat. None of that stuff.
Mm, dang, you got me on heat on cheat. It's hard to find a faithful. Um, dang, that's hard. I'm going to say
Mm, mm, mm,
I'm going to say
mm, mm,
it's
mm.
hard because I do the average men because I told you on the last time why I do the average men. It's hard, but
What's okay? Before you answer, let me just ask both of y'all this. I'm so glad y'all here.
Mhm.
What is wrong with the average man? What is it about the average man that is not attractive to you? The average man, the average earner. And
He's
you know,
average.
I promote being above average. I promote being the best version of yourself. So I'm so glad we got women here who can co-sign some of the beliefs that I say. So what is it about? And we not crapping on the average guy, fellas.
Mhm.
If you are average, that's
Yeah,
fine. But
no.
I'm asking the women. I need to ask the women, what is it that they're not feeling about the average man? What is it, Miss Nurse Doll?
It's the it's the lack of ambition for me. Because I mean, what I'm thinking about it as like what Banna said was very was spot on. What she said, does he have plans to elevate
Marcus, I
or
see
what?
you. I'm gonna add you in a minute.
But
Go
I
ahead.
also
Go ahead.
think Brianna, me and Brianna, are we talking from two different, age spectrums. I'm almost 30 or whatever, and she's on the younger side. So she, that guy at her age, he might be the GM. That might be pretty good for him, and he might want to do something. But it's just a mediocrity for me. I don't like it because I've never been a
Mm,
mediocre person. Every time I do something, I excel in it, and I want my partner to be the same way. And no, it's just mediocre. And nobody want. Okay, when you go to okay, so when you go to the to the Wendy's or something, right?
mm.
Do you tell them they got a special or whatever? Do you want just the average? I want an average chicken sandwich. No, you want the spicy with this on it. You want the I want no
That's true.
dry chicken sandwich. I don't want no dry chicken sandwich. I don't
I
want
hear
one.
you. I ain't mad
What
at
you
you.
doing? And we 30. What you doing? You 30. We 30 and you at the Walmart.
Mm, mm, mm.
You had just as many years I had to do something,
Mm.
and you decided not to. So that's not a person that I'm compatible with. And that's in anything, because I believe that carries over into your regular life. You don't want to elevate, period. So how about in our relationship? Are you going to want to elevate our relationship? Like, what if something happened? You just cool with this 2 bedroom apartment? We're going to stay here forever too?
But what? Okay. Now you say he doesn't want to elevate. What if this man worked his way up through the ranks at
Well,
his job at the Walmart?
he need to be trying to get into the executive at the Walmart. He need to talk to the
Mm.
Waltons. That's what he need to be doing. Finding his way, doing something, setting himself apart from the other general managers at Walmart nationwide and getting to an executive spot in Walmart. That's what he needs to be doing. But he don't want to. He want to stay the general manager.
Mm. Mm.
So this is my
Look,
thing. That's my
Didi out
thing.
there
So
talking
look,
about he need to be trying to own it.
okay. Because look, he done worked his way up. So okay. So you know what you need to do. But that's where you stopped at.
Okay. I ain't mad at that.
Period.
Brianna, same question. What is it about the average man that is a turnoff for you?
Like she said, the lack of ambition. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you the GM, but do you plan on being the CEO one day? Like, you may have a 2 bedroom, but do you plan on moving that into a bigger home, like being a homeowner? Like, I mean, me personally,
Mm.
I just
Okay.
think I
And
don't
that's
like a
great.
man that's stagnant. You know what I mean? Like, if I meet you, I don't know why this elevator stuck. What we doing? Sorry, y'all.
Keep stuck in the elevator, y'all. Look, you better get you a high value man so you ain't got to go through all that stuff. Um, okay. And I'm so glad y'all say that. But I want to say this again. Do you know what comes with that? What comes with that man? And that's why I need to hammer this home, because it's easy to say what you want, but do you know what comes with the Because listen, it's women out here that's fighting, shooting, and stabbing for dudes that work at Taco Bell. And I'm not crapping on the Taco Bell workers.
Mm-hmm.
What I am saying is that a man with all that, a man who does make six figures, a man who's in shape, a man with no kids, do you truly realize the type of options that he have, and are you willing to compete with
Yes.
his options? Are you willing to compete and do what you
No.
have to do to remain in that position?
I will be in
Nurse
that
Dow
position
says yes.
because I
Brianna, you
mean,
say what? You say no?
No, I don't want to have to compete with a whole bunch of other women and
Then you don't want a high value man.
See,
I
look at
mean,
you there.
that's just real. You don't want to. You don't want the Walmart worker. Maybe what you should get, but even, I'm telling you, even them, they getting chosen. because it's rough out here. It's survival out here of the fittest. I'm about to read these comments and I'm about to bring Marcus in. Let's see. Let me scroll back up to the top. Yeah, I appreciate y'all. Hit that like button too, by the way. I appreciate that. Okay. Julia says CJ got us confessing all our sins. Nah, I ain't got you confessing all your sins. Jocelyn said, no, it's a setup. Don't do it. I don't care how average you are. No. Boy, y'all not gonna just
I
crap
mean,
on the
also
average fellas
too,
like
I
that.
gotta think about it. I talk to my dad about this often, and um, I feel like, okay, if I'm hypothetically, if I'm talking about buying them like buying something luxury, and then like he's like, oh well, I'm just cool with this used little piece of thing right here. We might not be on the same page, so that may be the downfall of dating somebody that's not really close or on like your level, if that makes sense. No shade, but I'm just
But
saying.
but Brianna, my question to you is, and I get what you're saying, but my question to you is the competition. What is it about that? Because you don't want an average man. So in order for that man not to be average, he has to go out and compete every day for his resources. So why don't you want to compete for that man who is on his grind?
I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm not really a big fan of competition. And I know you're gonna chew me up because if
No,
I
I'm
really
not
get
gonna chew
into
you
it,
out. No, never. I would
but
never do that. You want what you want. But I'm just trying to bring a different perspective as a man who goes out here and gets it every day. If somebody, if I
because I
gotta get
think
up
like if a
and
man has options, I don't want him to treat me like an option. I
Not
want
it's
to
that we
not
be
the
are
fact
option.
options.
it's not the fact that he's treating you as an option, but the fact that he has them and you have to work to keep your spot. See, people say love is unconditional. I disagree. Everything has a condition and everything is transactional, if you ask me.